What's this thing on? If you're in a style rut, one of the best ways to get out of it is to find some examples of outfits that you like and try and recreate them in your own personal way. So today I have a couple outfits that I want to try and recreate with my own little sick twisted spin on it. But here's the catch. I have to create every outfit from the thrift store. There's also the added layer that I don't want to buy anything. So I'm basically just here to play dress up. Don't tell anyone. Okay, first things first. Here's the first fit I'm going to try and recreate. Seemingly pretty simple. I'm going to be looking for some sort of skirt or dress that is a big voluminous skirt. Then I'm going to need to find a button-up shirt or jacket of some sort of the same color to go on top. Maybe this isn't the easiest option. Okay, here's our next fit. I really like this outfit, or this type of outfit, where it's a little frilly, voluminous tank top with some baggier, more workwear inspired pants on the bottom. And finally, I don't know where my footage went of me talking about this, but we are looking for a third outfit, a classic Canadian tuxedo. Simple, elegant. Did I say classic? Let's see what we can find. Okay, this might work for our big voluminous layer on the bottom. You know I love this cobalt blue. It imbues me with power. The skirt could be bigger, but let's grab it for now. I'm trying to avert my eyes from the two-piece sets. I don't need them. Ooh. Doesn't get much more voluminous than this, but that means I have to find a shirt to go on top. A Doctor Who TARDIS dress was not on my bingo card for today, but this is why we don't make bingo cards for the thrift store. Too chaotic. This could work for a voluminous piece. It's like this tiered dress. Oh, I really like that, and it's black. A little more my style than the bright hot pink, probably. Okay, for flirty little tank tops, I have some options. Have I introduced myself yet? Hi, I'm Kathleen. Thanks for watching. Anyways, I was basically looking for anything with like shirring, peplum, floaty laciness that had a cropped silhouette. So I've got a tropical moment. I know this isn't like the white gauziness from the inspiration photo, but we're not trying to recreate one-to-one. We're trying to do it in our style. So I thought this shirring texture would be nice. A little flutter on the sleeve. I also found, similarly, this thing, I think, oh, I thought it was actually vintage, but it is fake vintage. Anyways, it has a cute little peplum at the waist. And, oh, I had one more that I was really excited about. Oh, yeah. This green guy. I think this would be so perfect, so me. And I think it should fit. So now I need to go find some pants. I've also been looking for my other outfits while I'm looking for this one because that's just a little more efficient, I think. So I've got some solid colored top for this outfit. I'm still searching for denim for our Canadian tuxedo. Anyways, let's look at pants. I just looked through all of the men's pants and didn't find any. There's someone at my door. Why do I feel kind of betrayed right now? Thought for sure I would find something. I guess we should go look in the stretchy pants section. Another favorite. Let's go. Stretchy pants, why have you forsaken me? Okay, I'm not entirely forsaken. I found two pairs, but they're black. So boring. Now let's look for the Canadian tuxedo. I think the hardest part of that is going to be finding the denim shirt or the denim jacket because, as we all know, there's about 3.5 million pairs of jeans here at this thrift store. Will any of them fit me? That's a different question. One that I'm not yet mentally prepared to answer, so let's go look at the shirts. I feel like a crazy person. I can't find just the button-up shirts. What's a girl gotta do to get some buttons around here? Why is this kind of cute? Let's talk about everything I've found so far. For denim tops, I was only able to find like this medium to dark wash blazer jacket situation, but then I thought maybe we could mix those with some lighter wash bottoms. No idea if they're gonna fit. I think that's gonna look kind of silly, actually, but I mean, there were no medium wash bottoms that had the kind of baggy fit I wanted, and there were literally no other denim tops. Maybe if I found like a light blue / chambray top, that might work. But let's try this, let's try it on. And then for our sport or cargo pant and a cute little frilly tank top, I think I have the most options for that.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
I thought kind of like an analogous option, something that's similar but not exactly the same to the drawstring cargo pants would be like some track pants. I really like this orange stripe down the sides. They're long enough, I think. Also got just some black drawstring pants. Boring, but they might do the job. And then the top is really where this outfit's gonna shine, I think. How pretty is this? This beautiful poppy color with a really deep V and a cropped bottom, which is what we were looking for. That would be quite stunning, I think. You go all black with this transparent tank top. I thought that'd be kind of a little more on the sexy side with a little bralette underneath. We already talked about this little tropical guy. And I also found this. It's a totally different silhouette. It's a button-up t-shirt, but it has that kind of like mini fit that I thought would be very 2000s. Potentially cute. We'll see. And then for our voluminous monochrome outfit, we've got this midi / maxi dress and then a blue button-up to go on top. Would that look cute with the jeans? Maybe. It's not quite a perfect tone match. They're slightly different blues, but we can battle that by going with a black color palette. We've got this tiered maxi dress that I'm really quite excited about. And then I found in the men's section a pretty large button up, but it has these textural stripes on it that are like satiny. So I thought that'd be a nice combination with the basic black underlayer. I also found a black like mini dress with a ruffle pleat on the bottom that we could put over the longer black dress. That could kind of achieve the same thing. So let's start trying some stuff on. See if I can go snag a fitting room. Cross your fingers for me. Give me a high five. Give me a kiss. You don't have to. Oh my gosh. Not me 100% forgetting you. Come with me. I have no idea how well you can see me. This is cute. I really like the top. Pants, you know, we were struggling to find pants that really felt like those oversized cargo pants to give that something special silhouette, because right now this kind of just feels like I'm wearing a red shirt and black pants. Maybe if we try the track pants with the orange on the side. Let's try. This is something I could totally get down with. I actually love these pants. I like the little surprise of the orange. I love the length of the pants. It makes them feel a little more tailored, not just like athletic pants. Wait, I actually really like this. We wanted to go for an all black vibe instead of the color on top with the black on the bottom. Still a little sporty and fun with the transparency where you can see the bottom layer through it. I like this. Oops. Accidental location change jump scare. Okay, so let's pray. Here's the sitch. I ran into two problems while I was trying on outfits at the thrift store. First problem, in the fitting room, I couldn't get a good angle to show you the full outfit, show you the full details. And that could have been solved if I could have left the fitting room and then done like a full body shot outside of it. But there were people waiting for me to get out of the fitting room, so I would have had to leave, and they would have been like, "Are you done?" And I would have had to be like, "No, I'm not done. I have to go record myself talking to my camera over here," which they would then proceed to watch me do that. And I don't mind filming in public, but there's only so much one can take, you know? Also, that would have been very annoying to them. They would have been like, what's this person doing? I need to get into the fitting room. My second issue was when I got into the fitting room and finally started trying outfits on, I realized that they felt very basic because I didn't have accessories, I didn't have the right shoes, I didn't have the right bag to pair with it. And while I could have hunted for those things within the thrift store, I had already been there for hours. It takes time to look through the entire selection of a certain type of item, curate it, make sure it's exactly what you want. So although I worked hard to find the pieces I found, the output was not quite as styled and me as I wanted it to be. So we're gonna go layer deeper into the inception of being inspired by these images. First, we have the base image. Then we have what I was able to find at the thrift store. And now we're gonna take what I learned from the thrift store and the base image and implement it with what I have in my closet. So although this isn't the outcome that I intended at the beginning of the video of styling these outfits completely at the thrift store, you know we like to muddle through the journey together on this channel. And we don't see that as a bad thing when things change and we iterate on things as we go to end up with a final result that's probably better than we could have imagined. Enough talking. Let's find a cute little tank top and some cargo pants to put on. So I had two bottoms in mind. First, we got these super wide-legged urban pipeline kind of cargo style pants. But I also have, and I think this is what I really want to try and use, these really cool vintage workout pants in camo. Renegade Action Sports, made in Indiana, Pennsylvania. That's a place? I still have no idea what little fluttery tank top we can wear though. Welcome back to my closet. All my little tops are down here. I don't think I have a really good option, so we might have to kind of build something from scratch. I do have this little crop number that ties at the top that maybe we could layer something underneath that creates a similar illusion. We're looking for fluttery, we're looking for dainty, we're looking for movement. Very compelling content. Oh, interesting. Okay. I think we'll find success somewhere in here. Just the shirt on its own and the pants feels a little sporty spice, but We add a little lace. That's pretty cool. I love how this shirt has this little V dip right here. Makes it feel almost a little historical. This top piece feels a little historical as well. And then we've got the modernity, even if it is kind of like a retro athletic modernity with the pants. Let's try some other shirt options though. This feels good, but like, what if it could be better? Okay, we keep the satiny of the orange shirt. This feels a little more classy, a little more grown up. We still have the cropped silhouette, the loud details, so we don't have the frilly little peplum of the reference image, but we still have some cinching, a big collar, still very feminine. This feels like something I would totally wear to go out and get an experimental cocktail with the girlies, you know? You know how one does that? What do we think about shoes and accessories? Necklaces. Okay, here's where we landed. For something still chic, but not fancy, I went with the leather loafs. I feel like they're a fun juxtaposition with the pants as well. We did the fancy on top, fancy on bottom, casual in the middle. We got some edgier accessories, little necklace stack. Actually got this one recently from one of y'all in a little care package in my P.O. box. Thank you so much. Silver, spiky, cool. This also feels a little androgynous, which I like. We could go a little femme with some cute little slingbacks for that aforementioned little cocktail date. It's good, right? And I also really wanted to try a little pop of red, but I think flats, I prefer them with a wider opening in the pants. So let's try that. And I know I said yesterday that I wasn't gonna buy anything, but I did get the track pants. That's the only thing I got at the thrift store yesterday. Listen, when I find a cool silhouette that's long enough for me, I gotta jump on it fast. Let's see how this looks. Feels a little more street style-y to me. A little more as seen in New York, if you know what I mean. The shoes kind of barely poke out the bottom. And this is kind of weird. Like, I don't think I would have ever put these pieces together had I not started with that reference image of the sporty bottoms with the feminine top. Cool, weird, I'm happy with it. Okay, back to the fitting room. As I was putting this on, I was like, there's no way this is gonna work. But then I put on the cowboy boot and I only buttoned one button, and now I feel like a Tommy Hilfiger model. I think this is one of those examples of like styling versus wearing your clothing. By rolling up the sleeve and only buttoning one of these buttons, it feels a little more casual and cool and worn in. And having the pants over the boot kind of has like a late 80s, 90s vibe. I actually feel great in this. What I don't feel great in is this ankle. I apologize. Welcome back to the future for our denim on denim look. But I wanted to showcase this vintage shirt that has all of these different embroidery techniques on it. So fresh, so clean, and then match it with some equally light denim on the bottom. I like never open my denim drawer. Where is it? Which one is it? The bottom one? Yup. That's light. This is light. Ooh, this might be perfect though. Yes. Okay. That's denim, baby. Man, yeah, I love a Canadian tuxedo. No bones about it. Sorry. So we've already got something a little special with the texture on the top, but in the reference image, she's also wearing a scarf as an accessory. So I think we need a standout accessory as well. I've got mini scarves right here, but do we want to copy exactly what she did? No. What else can we use? One thought would be to use a bandana as a little neck piece. I've got this kind of cool Harley Davidson bandana. You can see the flames on it, so it adds a little bit of an edge. I've got the ring that I was wearing as a fastener. That's kind of cool. With the loafies, oh my gosh, have my Crocs been in the frame the whole time? No, and I just outed myself for having Crocs. Sick. But I think I'd rather have a little pop of color. What if, instead of a scarf, we have a sweater around the shoulders, like a statement sweater? I know exactly which one I want to use. I thrifted this amazing vintage sweater on my birthday this year. Look at this texture. It's so cool. Let's try and throw it on over the shoulders and hope that it's not too bulky. Oh yeah, baby. That's a statement. Does it kind of look like I murdered Elmo and harvested his pelt as a warning for all of the other Sesame Street characters? I'm coming for you. Maybe a little, but in a cool way. And it's cozy. Thank you, Elmo. So we've cracked the code. If you want to try a Canadian tuxedo, which is when you wear denim on top and bottom, I assume people know that, but maybe not. I don't know. I'll save you a Google. If you want to try it, but you're like, that sounds like a little much for me, add a brightly colored sweater over the shoulders or a scarf or some sort of thing, and you're home free. I just want to wear this today. I started this whole video because I was feeling uninspired and I wanted to get a little inspiration, a little more pep in my step to try some new outfits, and I feel like I've already succeeded. I already have 2 outfits that I know I want to wear, and I'm excited to put together more. Ooh, this is a feeling I haven't felt since the last gibbous moon, and I don't even know when that was. Now let's try on the thing I'm most excited about, the black dress with the black shirt on top. Okay, well we now know why there's beautiful dresses at the thrift store, because the straps are broken. Love the skirt portion though. Look at all that movement. Let's throw something on top of it. We'll go with the thing that is closest to the reference first. Big silky number. It's kind of hard to see since it's such a full body outfit, but I really love the combination with the flowiness of the skirt. Trust me, it's good. Now we're gonna try the mini dress on instead of this big shirt. See how that looks. It's fun. I like this little ruffle pleat detail. That goes well with the tiered details down here. Don't love this neckline though. I think I prefer the big button-up shirt on top of this. Welcome back. So for this outfit, I know I have the pieces for it, but I just am not sure what they are. We're looking for that big, floofy, long layer on the bottom, and then an equally big and floofy layer on top. Now I've got a lot of both of those things, but I gotta find the right colors. So let me hunt and I'll show you where we land. Okay, I believe we have two strong options, and I'm not gonna do a black one because I feel like that's too easy and I already did it at the thrift store. First option I really don't have high hopes for, mostly because it's gonna be very pale, and that just doesn't sound super exciting to me right now, but let's try it. I'm also not super hopeful because this base piece is already such a statement on its own. We will try. My first thought was this batwing suede button up that if you've been here for a long time, you would have seen in the California estate sale video. I think that was over 2 years ago. Time flies. Wait, I kind of like it. I find that when I'm doing these more diaphanous, baggy outfit silhouettes, I like to put my hair up because when it's down, it's like its own diaphanous, oversized, bulky accessory almost. So take a little attention away from that and let the outfit really sing. I think the shoes will make a big difference. We're going stompy, people. Watch out. I have thoughts. I really enjoy this. And I know this kind of oversized, complicated combination might not be your cup of tea, but set that aside for now. Let's talk about it. So this base dress kind of reminds me of the dress that Jane wears in Tarzan. I don't know if that's like a Victorian style, but it has the kind of V-shaped yoke in the front, the puffy sleeves, the high neckline, the yellowy hue. And then this shirt feels like a safari vibe. So this almost has like a, I don't know, Victorian conservationist energy. I didn't know if the collar on the collar would work, but if we keep the top layer open, it becomes almost like a V-neck, almost like a vest, and it still lets the bottom dress breathe and be its own thing. We got the stompy boots. I still have the jeans on because I think that's a fun little surprising element. I would have never thought to put this together. The beauty of playing dress up in your own wardrobe. This is super cool. Make it a little more modern with like a crossbody, maybe I burped. Something a little more casual and sporty. That's fun. Wow, I'm already so happy with this one. I don't think we really need to try on the magenta purpley one, but of course we're gonna do it anyways. So let's go. If this isn't the most swooshy, floofy piece I own. Now I was hoping that I could find some sort of button up or top layer, this guy perchance, but I just tried it on. It doesn't have the same wow factor, the same oversized silhouette. Doesn't really match the hue. So I did find this blazer, which happens to have a color in it that pretty closely matches. I don't know, what would you call this? Like a rich mauve? Eggplant? A dark fuchsia? Who cares? I do. And I thought the more structured silhouette would look nice with it, similar to the way I styled it with my tailcoat in my San Francisco video. Ooh! I like this. Exceedingly clowny. What do you think? Should I button up the neck or keep it open? Let's button it. At least a little. Because when you button it, it becomes even more like a clown ruffle. A ruffled neck piece. Oh. Oh. Do you guys ever get like that? Where like your shirt's too tight or you have a tight necklace on and like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. Hits me like a freight train. I'm cool until I'm not. I need to take this necklace off. Oh, I'm sweating. Oh, okay. Fine. You win, gag reflex. This is fun, right? Still got the jeans on. Come on. I can't stop looking at myself in the mirror. I feel like a headmistress at a clown college. That's really all there is to say. Well, tell me, what'd you think of this video? I'm interrogating you. This little light is great, but I think I was looking at it too long and I am at risk of giving myself a migraine. So let's turn that off. Like all the best videos, we took some twists and turns. We started at the thrift store. We scavenged. We hunted. We learned a lot about what we like about outfit inspiration, what we don't like, and how to make things our own. And this is my preferred way to get inspiration. I don't want to do a carbon copy of the picture that I saw because that doesn't really feel like me. Not to say that that's not a good place to start, because I know if you're in a funk, even a creative block, sometimes the best thing to do is do a master study, to look at your favorite painting and try and recreate it exactly, just to get your mind thinking in a more creative way. And then from there, you can make something of your own. So the same thing with these inspo pics you might find on Instagram or Pinterest. You might want to try and recreate it one-to-one, but don't stop there. Keep going. Because even if you don't feel like a stylish person, I know you have personal style within you because you're you. You have your personality within you. So how do you express that with the things you put on your body? It's just a creative exercise, and one that I desperately needed because I have been in sweatpants and t-shirt land for longer than I would like to admit. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not the most fulfilling, you know? So let me know down below, what do you do to get out of a rut, whether it's a style rut, a creative rut, just a life rut in general? I think we could probably help each other down in the comments. If this is your first video you're checking out, or maybe you've checked out a couple but you haven't subscribed yet, would you? Would you mind? It really helps me, helps the channel. And if you like this video, you'll probably like my other ones. If you want to hang out with me during the week, you can come do that on Instagram at kathleenillustrated. It's a casual, silly, goofy time over there. Sometimes a little cursed, but like in a fun way. And with that, I'm gonna go eat some mac and cheese. And I hope you do too. You're very stinky. I love you. Have a great week. Bye.